should took it to 10.
Big time
That's the
hit,
game.
and that's going to be a walk-off RBI single. Swung on, chopper to third. Here comes the go-ahead run. It's over the head of the center fielder, and it's a home run.
Oh, my
goodness.
goodness.
Homer.
Welcome to the KVB pregame show. Now, here is the voice of KVB's WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi.
You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. It's opening day as the Knox Lady Redskins host their historic cross-county rival, the North Judson-San Pierre Lady Blue Jays. This is Indiana High School softball. With us tonight, breaking things down and analyzing play on the diamond, our special guest, Harold Welter. Hey, I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. This is KVB's WKVI Sports. We welcome you to Lady Redskins softball field in Knox, Indiana, 46534. We are back for more, set to continue the new era of Kankakee Valley Broadcasting Sports on 99.3 FM and around the world, streaming live on WKVI.com. Well, as we get ready for our very first spring broadcast of this 2025 season, we have talked with both head coaches of the Knox Lady Redskins, Richie Morgan, and the North Judson-San Pierre Lady Blue Jays, Gary Baxter, on the Saturday Sports Line. Of course, while these teams were scheduled along with us to see the first game of the year on Monday, man, Mother Nature had other plans for us. So here we are on Thursday to see this rivalry continue. This is technically now both teams' first game of the year. And, man, what a way to kick off your season going up against your cross-county rival. When we look at the away team in today's contest, North Judson-San Pierre head coach Gary Baxter led this Lady J team to a 10-13 record last year, going 3-4 in Hoosier North Athletic Conference play. As a team last year, the Lady Jays held a batting average of .314 on 177 hits, bringing 181 runs across with 124 RBIs while striking out 163 times. The Jays had an on-base percentage of .447. Their pitching last year had an ERA of 4.53. Returning players like junior Molly Madsen had a batting average of .393 last year. Kenya Cooper, who is a senior now, was right behind her last year, batting a .387. Those two individuals will be the leaders the Jays need when swinging the bats. Both Cooper and Madsen were in the top three for on-base percentage last year, so they definitely look to get in scoring position. And Madsen had 31 RBIs last season. Cooper had 15. Madsen had 4 home runs last year, Cooper adding 2 herself. Madsen led the team in pitching last year with an ERA of 3.49. And hey, we remember Molly coming in as a freshman 2 years ago and standing out. Now as a junior, she takes the next step in becoming a legitimate leader on this Lady J team. With us tonight, breaking things down and analyzing play on the diamond, we are honored to have our very own Harold Welter as our special guest tonight. Welcome to opening day, Harold.
Well, thank you very much for including me in this. It is going to be an exciting way to open the season, no question about it. These two teams have been waiting since Monday, and it was sort of like, can we reschedule it Tuesday, Wednesday, and here we are, finally getting it in. And I think both teams are going to come in ready to play.
Yeah.
I really don't think that you're going to have the first game jitters that you might think. Just because they've been waiting and thinking about this all week long and all season long and all summer long.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see 2 good performances here today.
Well, from the rundown I just gave us from last year's Lady J team, what's something that sticks out to you as they come into this season?
Well, I think the thing that sticks out is their starting pitcher. I tell you what, when you look at a young lady who is now in her 3rd year as the #1 pitcher, Molly Madsen, and she's a good one, and she's looking to play at the next level when she graduates next year. But she is, I think, the key, and she's going to set the tone for the Blue Jays today.
Well, it'll be so exciting to see Molly Madsen go up against another big-time pitcher in the circle for the Knox Lady Redskins and Beth Barnes. As we go ahead and turn the page and look at the Knox Lady Redskins, head coach Richie Morgan led his Lady Redskins last year to a 14-11 record, going 6-1 in Hoosier North Athletic Conference play. This year, the Redskins entered the newly formed Indiana Northern State Conference, something we have talked about in the past for other sports here at Knox this school year. And all in all, the Redskins have adapted well. When talking with head coach Richie Morgan, he seemed excited at the challenge this new conference creates. As a team last year, the Lady Redskins held a batting average of .321 on 229 hits, bringing 153 runs across with 130 RBIs while striking out 120 times. They had an on-base percentage of .368, and their pitching last year had an ERA of .314. Returning players like Carly Friedrich, Beth Barnes, and Cheryl Barnes were all integral players for the Lady Redskins last season. Friedrich led the team with a .452 batting average, and Cheryl Barnes was right behind her with a .446. Friedrich led an on-base percentage with a .481, and Barnes was right behind her with a .458. She also had 22 RBIs last year, while Friedrich had 21. Cheryl also had 2 home runs last year. Friedrich added 1 herself. It's safe to say these 2 individuals will definitely be leaders at the plate for the Lady Skins. And now a senior, Beth Barnes, had an ERA last year of 3.83 in the circle. She has shown great command, and someone Coach Morgan talked highly about on the Saturday Sports Line. And like we said a moment ago, man, Harold, Molly Madsen versus Beth Barnes, what a way to start out the season.
My goodness, yes. And, of course, they're great friends as well as great opponents. And I think that the key for the Knox Redskins is going to be those bats. You mentioned Cheryl Barnes and Carly Friedrich, and their bats have got to work against Molly Madsen. And I think they got to work early. Because you let Molly get in the groove, and it's going to be tough in those later innings. So I think it's going to be a key for the Redskins to handle Molly Madsen.
Get on base.
Yep.
Get in position.
Yeah.
Well, man, we are expecting a great afternoon of IHSAA historic rivalry softball action as we appreciate all of you joining us on the Coca-Cola pregame show. Taste the feeling. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors. The Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere.
Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox.
Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989.
Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
Who's in? Who's out? It's the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report with Mitch Columbi. Mitch?
Appreciate you, John. The Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been serving lives of the residents of Pulaski County and the surrounding area since 1963, and we appreciate them supporting local high school sports. We are lucky to say there are no injuries to report today. It's opening day, as that is your Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report. I invite you to stay tuned as we will hear from Lady Redskin head coach Richie Morgan after the break in the KVB Coaches Corner. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Stay tuned for America's Pastime with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Pulaski Memorial Hospital. Quality care closer to home. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is all about community and keeping our community spotlight shining on the accomplishments of our youth. That's why PMH is proud to be a sponsor of our local high school sports action on WKVI, our community radio station. Pulaski Memorial Hospital. Quality care closer to home.
It's time to hear from the coaches in the KVB Coaches Corner. Here's Mitch Columbi.
Here we are on opening day. I'm talking with Knox Lady Redskin head coach Richie Morgan. Coach, finally getting a game in this week. We've been waiting on the weather. Here it is. You start the season very interestingly against your cross-county rival, the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. We know about the battles the last several years between you two teams. What do you want to see from the girls to start things off tonight?
Limit the mistakes. A lot of hitting. We want to get on base a lot, put a lot of pressure on their defense, and play a nice, clean defense for ourselves. We worked hard on that, so that's something we're really looking forward to see how our defense plays.
Yeah, you've got Beth Barnes to start in the circle here, first game of the season. Talk about the leadership role she plays and also how she needs to provide a good night to start out, just to kind of give everybody else a little juice.
Yeah, we always feed off of her pitching when she's on. She's one of those quiet leaders, doesn't really say much, but she'll give you those looks once in a while, or somebody will look and you know it means business. So she just always gets it done on a circle. She just, I don't know where she goes up between the ears, but she goes somewhere, focuses in, and is always usually very good up there. So that's what we're looking for today.
You've always got a strong fan base, and some may be listening this evening. What's your message to them here as you start the season?
We're looking for that big W for our first game.
Coach, I appreciate your time.
Thanks.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Brems. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392.
Hello there. Is this that Last Choice Insurance?
No, sir. This is First Choice Insurance.
You mean Second Choice Insurance?
We offer homeowners, auto, farm, commercial, life. Let us know how we can be of guidance.
Okay, I got it now. First Best Insurance.
So contact us, First Choice Insurance, at 574-896-3482 at North Judson, or jingle us at 574-772-5370, and one of our wonderful local agents will take care of you.
As we get set for Indiana High School softball action, what are your keys to the game as a North Judson-San Pierre Lady Blue Jay, Harold?
The keys to the game is to get off to a good start. They've got to back up Molly Madsen in the circle, and they've got to get their bats working early. They're on the road.
Yeah.
You get behind these Knox Redskins, and it's going to be tough. So they've got to get off to a good start.
Flip sides for the Knox Lady Redskins. What do you want to see on the diamond?
For the Redskins, again, we mentioned the bats have got to start working early on. You let Molly Madsen get on cruise control, and it could be a long afternoon.
That is our keys to the game. Time to sit back, pop open an ice cold Coke and chill. The Coca-Cola pregame show continues. You're listening to KVB's WKVI Sports.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas. Average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
It's time for the LAP Waste starting lineups.
For the Lady Redskins in the field to start today, we will see Sarah Ford in left field, Addison Spinagle in center field, and Ava Jensen is in right field. The infield shows Joey Montague at third, Elise Wolf at second, Cheryl Barnes is at first base, Adriana Shellhart will be the shortstop, Carly Friedrich behind home plate is the catcher, and Beth Barnes gets the call to start on the mound in this one. for the Lady Skins. For the Lady Jays, their batting order shows catcher Olivia Tim leading off, then center fielder Lexi Howard. Pitcher Molly Madsen is in the 3 slot, and then third baseman Kenya Cooper is the cleanup hitter. Batting fifth will be second baseman Virginia Chambers, then shortstop Alyssa Lambert. First baseman Macy Morrow bats seventh. Designated player Gabby Allen is at the 8 slot, and at the bottom of the lineup we will see right fielder Millie Beauchamp. That is our starting lineups for today, as we will be back to get set for the first pitch. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Stay tuned for America's Pastime with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
One of our hometown businesses here in our area in Monterey, it's LAP Waste.
Being able to recycle is one of our main goals at LAP Waste. Being able to say that we only take about 8% of our trash to the dump is pretty impressive for us, and we hope to keep building on that.
We service an 80-mile circle from Monterey. If you have a small job, big job, or just have a one-time, we are here to make a difference in this area.
And that phone number, Kirby?
574-542-4019.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
The tradition continues with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
From Knox, Indiana, welcome to game number 1. It's opening day of our 2025 spring sports broadcast season to see the historic rivalry between the Knox Lady Redskins and the North Judson-San Lady Blue Jays. Hello again, everybody. I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on KVB's WKVI. You can stay up to speed on local high school sports in this area by following us on social media. We are on Instagram at WKVI Sports, on X, formerly Twitter at KVB Sports, and on Facebook at Sports to the Max for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. You can listen to us on your phone. Just go to one of our social media sites I mentioned and tap the link on our page. We are literally in the palm of your hand. Well, we are proud to let you know the public address announcer today at Lady Redskins softball field is Nathan Welter. The scoreboard operator is the Knox Lady Redskin dugout. So I found out that several of the players in the dugout actually keep the score on the dugout. I find that very interesting. And then our official statistician tonight is Knox Lady Redskin assistant head coach Scott Friedrich. Our umpires for this evening are Kenny Elkins and Robert Myers. And with us tonight, we are honored to have Harold Welter back on the air for WKVI. It's a Welter affair up here in the booth. We've got you on the radio. We've got Nathan as the PA announcer. Boy, what do you guys not do?
Well, a lot of people have said we talk a good game.
We talk a good game.
Now, Nathan was capable of playing a good game. Right. I never was.
Well, we're getting to that point where you could fudge it a little bit. We wouldn't know any better.
Yeah, there aren't too many out there that are old enough to remember what I was.
They wouldn't call you out. They wouldn't call you out anyway. Well, man, we are so excited that this game got in. Of course, the first game of 2 were scheduled in the first week, and because this is a non-conference opponent now, it kind of is interesting how they decided, hey, let's go ahead and schedule this game early on in the season. I think that's a smart move.
Oh, absolutely. And having Knox and North Judson play 2 games, of course, when they were both in the same conference, it was a little different situation. But, boy, from a fan standpoint, from a money standpoint, we're going to have a great crowd here, and this is the nicest day we've had all week long. The sun's shining here, a little bit of a breeze, but nothing like that wind we saw earlier in the week. And so it's going to be comfortable out here, and I think that the fans are going to have a lot of fun. And as we pointed out, I think this is going to be a game that could really go down to the wire.
Oh, and we saw that. Well, you joined me for one of my early broadcasts at softball broadcasts a couple of years ago there at this exact game at North Judson, and we remember that game went down to the wire. There was both teams had, I think, a home run in there. Molly Madsen had a home run for her first as a freshman.
Right.
So, I mean, just thinking back in 2 years, in the last few years here, this game has really provided excitement for its fans.
It really has. And of course, you know, both teams have athletes. And one of the things that North Judson is noted for the many decades that I've watched North Judson is that they have athletes that maybe they aren't great softball players, but they're great athletes, and they turn into good softball players.
Very easily.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, we see the same thing in football and basketball, where, hey, if you can make those athletes become good members of a given team sport, that's just an added bonus. And Knox does the same thing, but North Judson's done it for all the many decades I've been watching them.
Well, 49 degrees, a little chilly, but wind maybe coming, from the northeast a little bit right now, and a little windy, a little chilly, but I think they'll take it with the week we've had. Beautiful day, sunny. So the sun is out, and that's a good start.
Yeah, absolutely. And, of course, we are up here in the very comfortable booth high above the softball diamond here at Knox High School.
Well, I'm excited to see Beth Barnes in the circle, you know, her senior year. That's going to be exciting for her. She wants to go out as a senior on a high note. And I know that this team, while we've talked about the Knox Lady Redskins before, Harold, but you've kind of seen it over the last couple of years because you're lucky you have your granddaughters both on this team. So you've kind of seen the intricate details that maybe others don't see in this team. They seem very close.
Well, they are, and they've been playing travel ball together. And of course, Bethy is starting in the circle in this her senior year. And when we talk about she and the catcher Carly Friedrich, they have been playing catch from the circle to behind the plate since I think like 6th grade. And they're great friends. And, of course, both of these teams are pretty young. And Knox has 4 seniors on the roster. North Judson, I think, has only 2.
Right.
So this is going to be a rivalry that is going to just get better and better in future years, too.
Yeah. That's something interesting I also saw in the starting lineup, and head coach Richie Morgan had kind of explained it to me. While Cheryl Barnes will be playing first base, she is the flex player, and that 4th slot in the batting order may be listed as Kaylee Brown, but she's the designated hitter. They will use Cheryl as the flex player in that situation, so when she does get on base, as she normally does quite often, they will then be able to bring in a courtesy runner for her. And normally if you have someone come in as a courtesy runner, that means they can't come back into the game. But since she's a flex player, that's kind of an interesting scenario there. Very smart for head coach Richie Morgan to get the bat in position where they want it. They know Cheryl can provide the bat.
Absolutely, and she's going to be in that cleanup spot. And they need her bat in that cleanup spot. And I think you had mentioned that she led the team in RBIs last year. And so you need that big bat in the number 4 spot. And whatever it takes to get her there is what you got to do.
Yeah, and then switching over to the Lady Jays, their leadoff hitter will be Olivia Tim, the catcher. And from what we remember last year at Tim, we have our stats here for Olivia. Last year she batted a .250, but you think about when you have someone leading off, that's someone that once they get on base, they're usually pretty quick. And Olivia Tim must be that person for head coach Gary Baxter.
Absolutely. Olivia is very quick. And she also, for a sophomore, she really understands the game. She knows when she can get away with steals and that kind of thing without having to wait for the coach to tell her.
Yeah, last year she had a total of 10 stolen bases. And you think about in softball, you're not allowed to get a lead off. You know, you have to wait until that pitcher has released the pitch. So the fact that she had 10 stolen bases last year, that's a pretty good sign. She probably should be the leadoff hitter.
Yeah, Good way to start. Good way to start.
So we will see Olivia Tim in the batter's box first here momentarily. The Jays are still warming up out onto the field. They will be batting first, and the Knox Lady Redskins in the field. But Mitch Columbia, along with special guest sports analyst tonight, it's Harold Welter. We're glad to have you back on the air, and I know a lot of the listeners in the area appreciate hearing your voice.
Well, it's been 3 years, and I told someone earlier in the day, I said, I hope that I didn't forget too much in 3 years. But it's exciting, and I appreciate you the invitation because it is exciting for me from a number of standpoints, not the least of which is having two granddaughters on the team. But you know, it just is one of those things that, well, when I said, I hope I haven't forgotten too much, somebody said on Facebook, it's like riding a bicycle.
Yeah, it's you did it for so long, you'll pick it right up.
Keep your balance.
Well, we do remind our listeners every morning to join Rich Wallen on the WKVI Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central. Catch local news as well for our area with Kankakee Valley Broadcasting News reporters Rusty Nixon and Becca Shepard. Catch our stories on WKVI.com and Max983.net to stay up to speed in your local area. Today's first pitch is brought to you in part by Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winnemac. We also appreciate them being the sponsor for the Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week Award given out each week on the Saturday Sports Line. That's the longest running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. Tomorrow morning, Saturday Sports Line is excitingly going to be packed. We're going to finally talk some track and field with both the Knox Redskins and the North Judson-San Blue Jays. Of course, the North Judson-San Blue Jays head coaches Kylene and Brett Lambert. We will have them on first thing in the morning, and then following that up, we will then have head coach Pat Compton. The Redskins track and field team is heading to Caston, the Caston invite tomorrow, so we wish them luck. We'll talk with head coach Pat Compton. A lot of excitement, and I know Cheryl, not only is she playing softball this year, she's also got her sights on state from what head coach Pat Compton has told me behind the scenes in track and field.
Yes, she's a thrower, and the discus record might be in her reach this year. That's on Saturday, not tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I keep thinking today's Friday. Yeah, Saturday, not tomorrow.
And I'll tell you what, that Caston Invitational every year, they just do a great job down there at Caston hosting that thing. And so, yeah, it's going to be exciting for the Knox Redskin tracksters, and we see them out on the track as we speak here at the softball diamond. You know, one of the great things about this sports situation here at Knox, you know, you can go to the top of the football bleachers and you could watch a track meet, a tennis match, a softball game, and a baseball game all at the same time.
We need to get that scheduled. Sell extra tickets. That's a good idea. Well, the campus is beautiful here at Knox, and they do such a good job maintaining the field. And it's just a great place to see a sporting event here at Knox Community High School.
You know, one of the things, and you had asked about what is going to be some of the keys to the game. Both of these teams are pretty young, but in particular, North Judson has only two seniors in the lineup. I think one of the things that is going to be a key for the Blue Jays is, hey, those freshmen and sophomores that are in the starting lineup playing the first game of the year here, how are they going to react?
Yeah, especially when you've been waiting all week.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Sometimes it's a good thing to have a little anxiousness, but also sometimes that can cause some problems.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you got with Knox, they've got two seniors in the battery. With Friedrich catching and Barnes pitching, two seniors. They've been doing this for 4 years now, and you know that they're not going to be rattled.
Yeah.
And so the Jays are going to have to look for the maturity, I guess, in those young players.
Sure, absolutely. Well, we are standing by. The Jays are still warming up. Should be seeing our first pitch momentarily, as Keener Construction is a proud supporter of all local high school sports. You can call Chad Keen at Keener Construction today for all your construction needs at 574-806-1387. Let Keener Construction build your home today. Also, Osborne Advantage Real Estate is a proud sponsor of local high school sports and would love the opportunity to make you feel right at home here in Stark County. Call them at 574-896-2567. Finally, real quick, Sideline Automotive is a hometown proud auto care shop recently voted Stark County's best for tires and oil changes. You can call Joe today at 574-249-5537. Well, we'll take a quick break and come back. The North Judson-San Lady Blue Jays and the Knox Lady Redskins are taking on each other here from Knox, Indiana. Mitch Columbia along with special guest sports analyst Harold Welter. You don't want to miss it. Don't go anywhere.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
L&D Farms is a proud sponsor of local high school sports. They are no stranger to hard work and dedication. They recognize the structure and discipline that goes into playing sports and being part of a team. L&D Farms wishes all local teams good luck this season. Opening day here from Knox, Indiana. Mitch Columbia along with sports analyst, special guest Harold Welter. We're so glad to have him along. Might get him to do some play-by-play later on in the game. We'll see how I do first, Harold. I got to catch my breath here and see if I can still do this too.
Well, it's I think going to be a very good game, and it's a whole lot easier to call a good game than a not so good game. That's for sure. And right now the team captains are meeting with the umpires, and they're going to get all of the rules straight, and we're going to have that first pitch here in just a moment.
Yeah, the umpires this afternoon for us are Kenny Elkins and Robert Myers. And talking with athletic director here at Knox, Neil Minix, we were talking the last couple of days. Who are the umpires today? The same today as yesterday or Monday? And that just the scheduling that an AD has to do behind the scenes. I mean, you just can't wrap your head around how many people you're talking to in the amount of one day to get something figured out.
The most underpaid job in high school sports is that of an athletic director, I'll tell you what. And especially in the spring, because you have so many rainouts or potential rainouts, or in this case freeze-outs we had earlier this week. And, boy, to get those things rescheduled and get the officials and the game workers and so forth all put together is a tough job. Neil Minix does a great job.
Yeah, he does. When we see the team captains out at home plate, we also see head coach Gary Baxter for the Lady Jays, also head coach Richie Morgan of the Knox Lady Redskins. They're getting the full rundown, and in some cases, umpires have started already. Some of our area teams started late last week, the Winamac Lady Warriors Softball Club being one of them. So the umpires, we talk about the players, we talk about the broadcasters, we talk about everyone else getting back into the swing of things, no pun intended, but the umpires, they have to get back into the swing of things as well, getting into spring sports.
Exactly, and the four seniors for Knox are the captains out there, and again, leadership is going to be important in this ball game for both teams. And if the Redskins with their four seniors have more leadership than the Jays with two seniors, that could be to their advantage, no question about it. Got a nice crowd on hand here, and people still coming in. If you're anywhere in the area, come on over to Knox Redskins softball diamond, one of the best softball diamonds that we're going to see all year long. And I, don't want to pat myself on the back too much, but I had the opportunity to be on the school board when this athletic facility was put into place, and it is one of the finest around, no question about it.
Yeah, very, very nice.
Okay, the captains go back to their respective teams, and they are excited, and we're going to have the national anthem here shortly and to get this thing underway. Glad you could join us on this Thursday afternoon as we finally get the 2025 season underway with high school softball.
Well, we'll go ahead and turn things over to our public address announcer, Nathan Welter here.
Board, North Judson-San Pierre High School. Leading off, starting at catcher, number 17, Olivia Tim. Batting second, starting in center field, number 23, Lexi Howard. Starting at pitcher, batting third, wearing number 7, Molly, don't call me Madison, Madsen. Batting fourth, starting at third base, number 24, Kenya Cooper. Batting fifth, starting at second base, number 11, Virginia Chambers. Batting sixth, starting at shortstop, number 8, Alyssa Lambert. Batting seventh, starting at first base, number 14, Macy Morrow. The designated player, number 2, Gabby Allen. Starting in right field, batting ninth, number 12, Millie Beauchamp. And the flex player, wearing number 9, Charlie Boyd. North Judson is coached by Mr. Gary Baxter. And now, here's the starting lineup for your Knox Lady Redskins! Leading off, starting in center field, number 3, Addie Spinato! Batting second, starting at catcher, number 10, Carly Friedrich! Batting third, starting in left field, number 6, Sarah Ford! Batting fourth, the designated player, number 11, Kaylee Brown! Batting fifth, starting at second base, number 4, Elise Wolf! Batting sixth, starting at third base, number 00, Joe E. Montague! Batting seventh, starting at pitcher, number 4, Bethany Barnes! Batting eighth, starting in right field, number 13, Ava Jensen! Batting ninth, starting at shortstop, number 2, Adriana Shellhart! The flex player, starting at first base, number 26, Cheryl Barnes! The Lady Redskins are coached by Mr. Richie Morgan! At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that everybody please rise and kindly remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
gets old here from Knox Community High School. The Knox Lady Redskins softball club hosting the North Judson-San Pierre Lady Blue Jays. And, man, you always get fired up when you come to Knox.
Knox Redskins may have a bit of an advantage in that field announcer they have.
I don't know. Nathan Orger does a pretty good job over there for the North Judson-San Pierre Lady Blue Jays.
Too,
might have a little battle here between the PA guys, man. Well, we're seeing the Lady Redskins out onto the field getting ready. This is Bethany Barnes. Of course, we remind you last year ERA of 3.83. And then also stepping up to the plate is Olivia Tim as the leadoff hitter for the Lady Jays, a .250 last year. So we'll see if she's able to get on base. And like we talked a few moments ago, 10 stolen bases as a total last season for her. So probably pretty easy pick for head coach Gary Baxter to go with Olivia Tim here as she will step into the batter's box. We see head coach Gary Baxter heading down to the third base line momentarily, and also assistant head coach Chris Madsen. He'll be at first base, it looks like, as Olivia will step into the batter's box. Our first pitch, of course, as I remind you, is brought to you in part by Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winnemac. So here comes Tim, the catcher.
Just a sophomore, and again, with those 10 stolen bases last year, she understands the game as a sophomore. Left-handed swinger.
Yeah, lefty to righty here as Tim will step into the box. First time of the season, our first at plate of our 2025 Spring Sports broadcast season here, as it is Beth Barnes in the circle, and she'll wheel and deal the first pitch. Low into the dirt for ball one.
It's always good to get that first pitch of the season under your belt there.
Barnes, the 1-0 to Olivia Tim. Ooh, high, and little chin music for Tim there. She had to duck out of the way.
Yeah, almost got her in the helmet.
So that makes it a 2-0 count here early on. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the first. The Knox Lady Redskins hosting their heated cross-county rival, the North Judson-San Pierre Lady Blue Jays. The 2-0. Strike called. She finds the zone there, Harold.
Yeah, that's what she was looking for, just to the outside, and gets it in there for strike one.
Something we've talked about with Beth Barnes, the great control, good command as the 2-1s delivered. And it will be a ball 3-1, but great command from Beth Barnes. And we talked about that with head coach Richie Morgan. It's kind of hard to read her sometimes. She's so even keel and cool.
She's quiet.
3-1 from Beth Barnes. Finds the zone.
Ooh.
And I think Tim thought it was a little outside there.
Yeah, she thought it was ball 4, but instead the count goes full.
3-2 count here. First at bat tonight. The payoff. And it will be a called strike by Beth Barnes. And Tim was already heading to first again. But no, she will be retired for the first out of tonight here in the top of the first. 1 out, nobody on. And now we will see stepping into the box, it's Lexi Howard, the center fielder. Howard last year. Is not listed on the team, so this is actually
No,
her.
she's a freshman.
She is a freshman this year, so she was not on the team last year. Obviously, she was in 8th grade, Harold. Right away, quick work there.
Fouls it off to the right, out of play. Strike one.
0-2 the count here. Barnes to Howard. Foul tip again, hits the fence. Stays 0-2 here. Digging in here, Lexi Howard. Trying to get on base here at the top of the first, like Harold had mentioned. Now's the time to strike. You don't want to hang around with these Lady Redskins. Next pitch, out and up top. Makes it a 1-2 count here. Very methodical, taking her time, not rushing. It's Beth Barnes, the 2-2. And this one's in the dirt, making it another full count here. And the Lady Jays are being patient, making Beth work for everything here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Full count from Beth Barnes to Lexi Howard. Right up into the gap to center field, and it will be a base hit for Lexi Howard. Good for her to get on base, and the Lady Jays like that one.
Up next for North Judson, number 7, Molly Madsen.
So Madsen will step in as the number 3 hitter. Last year, she had a great batting average of .393, so she can get the bat going.
Stands way up in the batter's box.
First pitch offered from Barnes, a tip foul, back to the fence, 0-1 count quick.
These two have faced each other so many times, and they're such great friends as well.
So Madsen will step back in here. Barnes to deal the 0-1. Called strike, inner portion of the plate. Howard thought about going, but she decides to get back to first quickly. And Madsen let that one blow by. 0-2 from Barnes. Swung on, popped up high, back to right center field. And it will be gloved for out number 2. That is the right fielder on the plate, Ava Jensen. Great catch.
That was a mile high, and boy, coming out of that sky, it's not easy to make that catch. 2 away.
So now the cleanup hitter, number 24, Kenya Cooper. First pitch offered, swung on and popped up high, out of play. The Jays are swinging on the first offered pitch if it looks good. They're getting the call from head coach Gary Baxter, swing away if it looks good, it sounds like.
You bet.
1 on, 2 out, top of the first. Swung on, foul tip, makes it 0-2 here.
Beth Barnes doesn't throw a lot of heat, but boy, she's got great movement on her pitches and can put it a lot of different places.
0-2 count here from Beth Barnes to Kenya Cooper. Ooh, just misses the zone, and now it looks like Howard's in a pickle trying to get to 2 and steal. They are still trying to track her down. It's Carly Friedrich getting it.
They get her.
And they get the out. So that is out number 3 in the top of the first. Lexi Howard goes out in a pickle, heading to 2 as we're going to take a break and come back. Bottom of the first action on the way. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking. In 4-hour dinners with friends. In that first bite of something new. And in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
I wanted to do something in medicine, but podiatry really was exactly what I wanted. It had a lot of the patient interaction, but I also was able to do a lot of procedures and surgery, which is also what I wanted. So it was kind of the best of both worlds that you don't find in a lot of other medical careers.
Please call 574-223-9393 for all your podiatry needs to schedule your appointment. Woodlawn Health, earning the right to care for you and your feet.
Here at Knox Lady Redskins softball field, Mitch Columbia along with special guest Harold Welter as we go to the bottom of the first. Scoreless. The Lady Jays up to pitch for them is Molly Madsen in the circle. Up to bat first, we will see Addison Spinagle of the Knox Lady Redskins, then Carly Friedrich and Sarah Fort. Those are the 3 that start. Addison Spinagle, a center fielder. She comes back this year as a sophomore. .326 batting average last year. And she's very good. Once she gets on base, she's very quick, Harold.
And again, what we were talking about, this is where Molly Madsen has to get off to a good start.
She does not want to let the bats get going for the Knox Lady Redskins, that's for sure.
She's got great leverage at about 6'2". She can wind that sucker up.
Molly last year an ERA of 3.49. 9 wins, 7 losses last year for Madsen in the circle, a .562 batting average. A .562 winning percentage, as the first pitch offered to Spinagle. Second, outside for ball 2 here.
0-2 Spinagle, being very patient. Stands midway in the box.
Madsen deals the 2-0. Bunt shown, she pulled it late, ball 3. So toying with Molly to start here.
That broke a little bit later than she thought it was going to.
3-0 count for Molly Madsen to the leadoff hitter for the Knox Lady Redskins, Addison Spinagle. Bunt shows again. She'll take ball 4 and her base. So Madsen will walk Spinagle, and Spinagle gets on base, and that's what we talked about as the leadoff hitter. Find a way to get on base, Harold, and Addison Spinagle found a way.
Oh, my. Really important, and now with Friedrich at the plate. She was the second leading RBI for Knox last year.
She shows bunt on the first pitch offered. Spinagle will steal 2, sliding in head first. So now the Lady Redskins get Spinagle in scoring position, and showing bunt was Carly Friedrich in the box, and that kind of threw things off between the catcher and the pitcher to get it to 2.
Yeah. Yep. I don't think you'll see that again.
Friedrich, a .452 average last season. She can get the bat going as the next one's a ball up top. Spinagle thought about taking 3, and we've talked about several other players on both these teams. You'd mentioned Molly Madsen wants to play at the next level. Carly Friedrich is playing at the next level. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, signed with Bethel University.
So no outs, 1 in scoring position, and Friedrich's in the box, swings away deep back to center field, and it's over the head of the center fielder. This will bring Joey Montague home, and standing in at 2 is Carly Friedrich.
Carly Friedrich with a stand-up double.
Big double right there, and an RBI.
Sarah Ford!
So good job for Carly Friedrich to bring the go-ahead run across. It's 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. The Knox Lady Redskins lead the Lady Jays as the first offered pitch. Up top, ball called to Sarah Fort. Fort, a sophomore now, .319 batting average last season. She had 82 plate appearances as a total last year. So here she is as a junior. Yeah, stepping up and making herself someone they definitely like for the Knox Lady Redskins in the 3 slot as she takes the next pitch. A strike is called. Evens the count at 1-1 here.
Nice breaking pitch there by Madsen.
Madsen deals the 1-1. Big hit back to center field again, and it will be gloved this time, keeping Carly Friedrich at 2. Lexi Howard on the play, Harold.
Yeah, that that was a big play right there for the Blue Jays to get that out. You get Friedrich around and get her in. That'd be a really tough start. They're down to 1-0.
Now here is that situation we talked about earlier on in the Coca-Cola pregame show. Cheryl Barnes, that flex player, plays on defense at first base. She is flexing herself in for the designated hitter, Kaylee Brown, at the cleanup spot. And Cheryl Barnes, man, what is there to say about her? Last year, a .446 average, as now we have a time at home plate. But Cheryl Barnes, she solidified herself over the last couple of years as one of the big bats on this Lady Skin team.
Absolutely, and she and Molly Madsen are great friends. And you mentioned Molly had a home run off of her as freshman 2 years ago.
Something I'm sure Cheryl wants to retaliate for as she swings and fouls off the first offered pitch, making it 0-1 here.
Well, Cheryl got the best of it because Redskins won that game, even
right.
though Molly had that huge home run.
Pretty interesting how fast time flies.
Yeah.
Here's the 0-1. Nice hit. Back to right field. It is going to bring Carly Friedrich home. Barnes is taken 2. It'll be an RBI double for Cheryl Barnes. 2-0 here in the bottom of the first, and the Lady Redskins attacking Molly Madsen early here. Just like you had kind of talked the Lady Jays needed to do the Lady Redskins are doing that to the Lady Jays here in the early going, Harold.
Yeah, the double right there by Cheryl Barnes not only brings in another run, but it just has to be working on Molly Madsen, that she's given up now 2 extra base hits.
We'll now see Elise Wolf, the number 5 hitter, second baseman for the Knox Lady Redskins. Now a junior. She hit .319 last year in 74 plate appearances. 12 RBIs last season for Elise Wolf, so here's an opportunity to bring her home.
They bring in a pinch runner for Barnes at second base.
And that is number 5 for the Knox Lady Redskins, Alyssa Manns, the freshman. First offered pitch is a ball called to Elise Wolf. Good eye there. As the next offered pitch from Molly. Swung on, popped up high, back to center field, and it drops in front of the center fielder, Lexi Howard, and that will advance the runner to 3, and Elise Wolf will slide in for a double there.
Wow.
Up next for the
So
Lady
now,
Redskins,
no outs, or 1 out, only 1 out here in the bottom of the first. The Redskins lead 2-0, and they have 2 more in scoring position. Some damage can be done here with Joey Montague, the third baseman, stepping into the box here.
Absolutely, and again, the Redskins are going to be gaining a lot of confidence with this first inning.
Montague, now a senior, batted .314 in 76 appearances last year. She had 8 RBIs on the year. The first offered pitch is a ball called. Madsen deals the 1-0. Strike called that time to Montague. It evens the count at 1-1, and that might be some of the energy Madsen needs to build off of here.
I think you've got that right. Joey Montague, though, you talk about energy. There's not too many people in this stadium that have more energy than that young lady.
Chopper to third, throws over to first, gets the second out, but the runner at 3, that is the courtesy runner, Alyssa Mann. She will bring one home, so good job for Joey Montague.
Up next for the Lady
with an RBI there, but getting tagged out at 1. Makes it 3-0 now. The Knox Lady Redskins lead the North Judson-San Lady Blue Jays here in the bottom of the first, and 1 runner on third. It is Elise Wolf. We'll now see Beth Barnes, the senior, step in, swings on the first pitch. Slow roller, gets past Molly Madsen, and they'll throw over to first for the third out. But the Knox Lady Redskins get 3 runs across here in the bottom of the first. Huge inning for them. A great start in this historic cross-county battle. We're going to take a break and come back. Top of the second is on the way.
When you grow up on the land, you have an appreciation for it. When you grow up and work on a family farm, on land that is shared by members of a family, all working together as a team, that appreciation grows even more. They know what it's like to work as a team to get the job done. At Lawrence Farms of Knox, Todd and Josh Lawrence and family support the local high school teams and wish them success all through the season.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere.
Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox.
Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989.
Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
Local Union USW 9551 is a proud sponsor of local high school sports. They believe in the future of these young adults and wish them luck as they take on their opponents this season. Randall's Funeral Home of Hamlet and Coons Lake have been proud supporters of local high school sports since 1952. Contact them today at 574-867-3321 for Hamlet or 574-586-2120 for Coons Lake. Top of the second, Mitch Columbia along with special guest Harold Welter. 3-0, the Knox Lady Redskins put up some runs in the bottom of the first there, Harold.
I'll tell you what, they did what they had to do if they're going to be in this game. They got off to a really good start, and now the Jays come back with Kenya Cooper, Virginia Chambers, and Alyssa Lambert trying to get it back for the Jays here in the second inning.
So in the box, as Harold said, it is Chambers. She will take the first pitch offered, ball up top.
A little high and outside right there. Strike one, or rather ball one.
Next pitch.
Ooh.
Up top, gets past Carly Friedrich and hits the fence here.
Barnes is just shaking her head. I don't know what happened there. It just got away from her.
This is Kenya Cooper in the box. Number 24, my apologies. As she will take the next one low and in the dirt for ball 3. 3-0 count here for Beth Barnes to Kenya Cooper. 49 degrees here in Knox, so a little chilly. Beth is wearing a long sleeve shirt over her jersey to keep that arm warm, as the next pitch offered is a foul tip, making it 3-1 here.
Kenya Cooper trying to get it started for the Jays here, down 3-0 in the bottom or the top of the second.
Next pitch offered, swung on, popped up high, back to center field, and it will be gloved by the center fielder for the Knox Lady Redskins. That is Addison Spinagle for out number 1 here in the top of the second.
Next for North Judson, number 11, Virginia.
That'll bring
Chambers.
up Virginia Chambers for the Jays, and again, they need to get something going in these early innings.
Yes, they do. And Chambers, a .268 hitter last year. She needs to get on base for the Jays as the first offered pitch from Beth Barnes gets over the head of Carly Friedrich, making it a 1-0 count here. But you talk about Chambers' .268 average last year on 73 plate appearances. This is her moment to get on base here in the early going to start the season off right. As we are in the top of the second, the next pitch offered, swung on and missed by Chambers, evens up at 1-1 here.
You know, Barnes and Madsen both have had some pitches get away from them, but 49 degrees, it's cold out there trying to grip that ball and getting any kind of movement on it.
Ooh, next one. Called strike, and Chambers lets it go by. Beth Barnes now in command with a 1-2 count with one out, nobody on here in the top of the second. The 1-2.
Ooh.
Swung on and missed.
Struck her out.
For a strikeout. Beth Barnes was not happy with the way she started that at bat. The first pitch got over Carly Friedrich. She ends up striking out Chambers, and you saw the infield come to Beth, rallying around her to get her hyped up about it. Now we will see Alyssa Lambert step into the batter's box. First pitch offered up top. Alyssa last year was a freshman, .268 hitter and 50 plate appearances. And the shortstop, so already solidifying herself as a key player on this Lady J team. Quite the athlete, as the next offered pitch is a called strike, evening it up at 1-1.
Broke to the outside, and I wouldn't have swung at that one either.
Barnes kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. And Lambert wanted it, but Barnes put a little heat on it. 1-2 count with 2 out, nobody on. Top of the second, up top, evens up at 2-2 here.
High and outside on that throw.
Lambert being patient as the sophomore steps back in. Very aggressive batting stance. She'll deal.
Swing and a miss,
and that is strike number 3 and out number 3 in the top of the second. The Jays have still yet to get points on the board, but the Lady Redskins put 3 on in the bottom of the first. We'll see what they do here in the bottom of the second. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, agriculture has been a cornerstone of our business for more than 135 years. Our personal relationships within the ag community run deep for multiple generations. If you're looking for a financial partner that knows, understands, and supports agriculture, I'd love to hear from you. I'm Isaac Blue, Ag Banker at First Farmers. Come into our Knox, North Judson, or Culver branches, or visit us online at ffbt.com when you're ready to talk about growing your operation. First Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Woodlawn Health, earning the right to care for you, your family, and community. We appreciate their support of all local high school sports. Hey, Carrie Block and all of the local agents at First Choice Insurance in North Judson and Knox are proud supporters of high school sports and are here for all of your insurance needs. Call 574-896-3482 for North Judson or 574-772-5370 for Knox. We go to the bottom of the second, 3-0. The Knox Lady Redskins lead their historic cross-county rival, the North Judson-San Blue Jays. Mitch Columbia along with special guest sports analyst Harold Welter. And now we will see Ava Jensen, the number 8 hitter, step in for the Knox Lady Redskins, the right fielder. And she will face Molly Madsen for the first time tonight. First pitch, swung on, foul tip, hits the fence, 0-1 count. And that's the kind of start you want to see from Molly Madsen, getting ahead in the count.
Well, Molly at about 6'2" has a good leverage on her throws, and Ava Jensen at about 5'11" has some pretty good leverage too.
The sophomore Jensen will take the next pitch offered, evens out at 1-1 as that was a ball.
Wow, that was good eye right there by Ava. I thought that was right in there. Woo!
Next pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-2 now the count. Jensen last year as a freshman, 111 average on 21 plate appearances. So this is a year for her to take the next step here.
Well, she's capable of pitching too.
1-2, swung on, popped up high, back to center field. And it will be gloved by the center fielder, Lexi Howard. They're putting her to work, that's for sure today, Harold.
Up next for the Lady Redskins,
yep.
number 2, Adriana Shellhart.
So Shellhart, the number 9 hitter, senior on this Knox Lady Redskin team, also the shortstop, will step in at the number 9 slot.
All right here, Redskins got a chance to get it going at the bottom of the order. They'll one more. It'll take them to the top of the order and an opportunity to really add to that 3-run lead.
First pitch offered to Shellhart was a ball inside. The 1-0 from Madsen here. Low that time. Good eye from Shellhart. 2-0 count here.
Shellhart standing at the middle of the box. Right-handed hitter. Ooh!
2-0 grazes the inner portion of the plate, makes it 2-1 here.
Wow. Madsen brought it on that one.
I'd say that's the spot she's trying to consistently hit.
Yeah. She was throwing smoke on that.
Next pitch offered is swung on and missed by Shellhart, making it 2-2 here. She's going to have to dig in. Madsen's got her right where she wants her, it looks like.
I'll tell you what, Madsen has brought the smoke the last 2 pitches like she's capable of doing.
2-2, Madsen deals up top, making it a full count here, seeing if she would chase. And Shellhart, she stayed patient.
Yeah. Yeah, that floated a little bit to the outside.
Full count for Madsen, dealing to the number 9 hitter, Adriana Shellhart. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 and out number 2. So the 8 and 9 hitters have trouble with Molly Madsen. We go back to the top of the batting order. Addison Spinagle for her second plate appearance of the afternoon.
That was the first strikeout of the day for Madsen.
So Spinagle has an opportunity to turn things around for herself here against Madsen as the first pitch offered a hit, slicer up the middle, and it will be a base hit.
Oh, my.
Spinagle didn't wait very long for that one.
She sure didn't. In the first inning, she had walked and then scored a run.
So now Friedrich will step into the box for her second plate appearance.
She had a double the last time and scored the second run for the Redskins.
Picking up right where she left off last year. We mentioned a .452 average on 81 appearances last year. Quite a bit of RBIs as well, 21 on the season. As the first pitch offered gets past the catcher, and that will advance Addison Spinagle to 2. So now Spinagle's in scoring position. Olivia Tim tried to track it down. It just got over her head. So now Friedrich will step back in the 1-0 count. 2 outs, 1 in scoring position. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Friedrich wanted it. A little off-speed pitch perhaps there.
Yeah, and Carly knew that she went for it, which she shouldn't have right there.
The whoopsie-daisy from Molly Madsen here as she'll step back on the bump, the 1-1.
Woo, foul, out of play.
Got a piece of it. And Friedrich's the type of player, she's not going to back down. She's a competitor.
Oh, yeah. She's going to get some playing time at Bethel University next year, although as a freshman, I will just count on that.
Looking to have a good season here as well in her senior year, I'm sure. As the next pitch offered's popped up, back to left center field, and it'll drop between the left and center fielder. It will bring Addison Spinagle home, and standing in at 2 is Carly Friedrich again, Harold.
Her second double of the game.
And honestly, probably reaches on error there. A difficult communication there between the center fielder, Lexi Howard, and the left fielder, Charlie Boyd. They were a little timid there on that play. So reaching 2 on error is Carly Friedrich. And now stepping in the number 3 hitter, Sarah Fort, for her second plate appearance tonight. She takes the first one in the dirt, ball 1.
So the Redskins got a chance to do some real damage here.
Madsen threw 18 pitches in her first half inning. Now here in a second, she's up to 17 pitches there as the next one gets into the dirt low. 2-0 count here to Sarah Fort. 2 outs, 1 in scoring position. It's Carly Friedrich, and Madsen deals the 2-0 to Fort. Just misses it. Look close.
Low. Ball 3.
So now behind the count is Madsen. And if you're Sarah Fort here, you could be aggressive or you could just see what she throws here on this next pitch. Inside, and it will walk Sarah Fort. She stayed patient.
Lady Redskins, number 26.
That's an at-bat, I'm sure, that Madsen wishes she had back. So now 2 on, 1 in scoring position for it is Carly Friedrich, and now stepping into the box, it is Cheryl Barnes, that flex player. And she brought one home the last half inning she batted, if I'm not mistaken, Harold.
Yes, yeah, she had a double and an RBI. 2 old friends facing off against each other right here, and here is a pop-up, and it's going to be caught.
That is out number 3, so getting out of the inning are the Lady Jays, luckily for them, but 1 run still crosses for the Knox Lady Redskins. It is 4-0 as we take a break and come back. The top of the 3rd inning is on the way. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI Sports. It's opening day.
Howard's Marathon in Winnemac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winnemac. Call 574-946-6894.
Welcome Matt Real Estate, our proud sponsors of local high school sports. They take care of agriculture, residential, and 1031 exchanges. Call them today at 574-896-5138. This afternoon's broadcast is also brought to you in part by First Farmers Bank and Trust, providing state-of-the-art banking with old-fashioned service. We certainly thank them for supporting local high school sports and helping continue this tradition on KVB's WKVI. We go to the top of the third. Mitch Columbia along with special guest. It is Harold Welter. And the Knox Lady Redskins putting their foot down early on here in this game.
Yep. You've got Merle, Allen, and Beauchamp scheduled to be at the plate for the Blue Jays here.
7, 8, 9 hitter. First time they will see Beth Barnes, and something we didn't talk about earlier about Beth. Last year we mentioned she had a 3.83 ERA, but on the season, win-loss record 6-7 on the season. So that just tells you she's pitching in some of the more important games for the Knox Lady Redskins. 462 winning percentage in 17 appearances. Right behind her in as many appearances was Cheryl Barnes last year in the circle with 16 pitching appearances. But Beth Barnes led the way last year for the Knox Lady Redskins. So now stepping in, it is Macy Morrow. First pitch called strike, and right to work is Beth Barnes.
Yeah, she, as we said earlier, has a lot of different pitches she can throw. That one was a little bit high and inside, but it was a strike, and here's strike two swinging.
Morrow wanted it. Beth said not today, and now it is 0-2 with no outs here in the top of the third, trying to take care of the 7, 8, and 9 hitters quickly. The 0-2. Trying to get her to chase. Couldn't get her that time. So it'll make it 1-2 here for Macy Morrow. Morrow, as a freshman last year, a .250 average at the plate. She swings and misses for strike number 3 and out number 1. So Beth Barnes is warming up here in the top of the third and getting things going as the Lady Redskins lead 4-0. I think now's the time where if you're the Lady Jays, you want to at least get some runners in scoring position.
Yeah, that is the fourth strikeout by Beth.
Yeah.
And this pitch is just outside, just missed the quarter, ball one.
It's the designated player here, Gabby Allen. So 1-0 count from Barnes. Finds the zone for strike number 1, evening it up at 1-1 here. Allen is a freshman last year, only one plate appearance, so this is really her opportunity as a sophomore as she swings and misses the next pitch, 1-2. And you talk about as a sophomore, you don't get much time as a freshman because so many players on this Lady J team. It can kind of be hard to start, I'm sure, if you're right off the bat first game in the box. As she'll take the next pitch, evening it up at 2-2. Probably a little jitters here for the sophomore, perhaps. The 2-2 swung on and popped up foul out of play, keeping it even here at 2-2.
Barnes hasn't been as consistent as she wants to be, but she's playing with some confidence now.
Next pitch popped up high and foul out of play behind the Lady Jays dugout. Just misses several kids. Boy, they didn't see that one coming. That could have been bad.
2-2.
Barnes to deal. Swung on, popped up high, foul out of play behind us. So Allen not going down quietly here.
No, she realizes that they need to get something going here, and with one away here, they need to start it at the bottom of the order if they can.
One out, nobody on. Top of the third, Lady Redskins lead 4-0 over the Lady Jays. The 2-2. Finds the zone, and Allen lets it go by for strike number 3 and out number 2. Another strikeout for Beth Barnes. How many is that? 5 now.
That is 5 Ks for her, and again, showing that she has a lot of different pitches. She can place them all over.
Next up is the number 9 hitter, Millie Beauchamp, the right fielder. She'll take the first pitch offered from Barnes, the ball called. Barnes in the first half inning had 18 pitches. Then the last half inning, 14 pitches. She just threw her 13th pitch, and she's in command as she deals the 1-0. Called strike, evens up at 1-1 here.
Again, that ball movement that she has, and it doesn't become evident to the hitter until too late.
Ooh, 1-1, almost there, but the head umpire says, no, that's a little outside for ball 2. So 2-1 count here from Beth Barnes to Millie Beauchamp. Swung on and missed, and that is strike 2. Got caught looking there, and now even count at 2-2 as Barnes kicks and deals. Up top, full count now.
Let that go just a little bit late. 3-2 the count with 2 out, nobody on.
Barnes, the payoff.
High and outside, ball 4.
So she will end up walking Millie Beauchamp, and that takes us to the top of the batting order for the Lady Jays. We'll see catcher Olivia Dim for her second plate appearance of the evening, Harold.
Yeah, this is that was the second base on balls that Barnes has given up. So here's an opportunity for the Jays, although 2 out. And the left-hander, Olivia Tim, at the plate, struck out last time. Stands way back in the batter's box.
She tries to get that slap hit going.
Yeah.
Tim, she's a slap hitter. Tries to get a running start from the back of the box, but this time doesn't get good contact as it'll be an 0-1 count here.
Barnes taking her time.
Next pitch outside to Tim. 1-1 count. 2 outs, 1 on. It is Millie Beauchamp at first. And Tim in the box. The 1-1. Slap hit, popped up high, played for the third baseman, and she will catch it for out number 3, leaving one stranded on first. A great catch by the third baseman for the Knox Lady Redskins. It was Joey Montague, and we're going to take a break and come back. Bottom of the third action, the Knox Lady Redskins are in control. More to come after this.
It takes smart planning by a skilled expert to get you just the right heating, cooling, and energy-efficient system for your home. McGrath Refrigeration can install an affordable Armstrong air system that will cut your energy costs while enhancing your comfort. You'll see the difference in your first energy bill. Give McGrath Refrigeration, your local Armstrong dealer, a call today at 574-772-3575. That's 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Howard's Marathon of Winamac, serving Pulaski County for 44 years. Call 574-946-6894 and ask for Howard or Dean. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and being part of this wonderful tradition. Tonight's game is also sponsored in part by McGrath Refrigeration, a family-owned business since 1967, and your local Armstrong air dealer. Call them for all your heating and cooling needs at 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right. 4-0, the Knox Lady Redskins lead the North Judson-San Pierre Lady Blue Jays. Mitch Columbia along with special guest Harold Welter as we go to the bottom of the third, and we will see the number 5, 6, and 7 hitters here for the Knox Lady Redskins. And leading off, it is Elise Wolf in her second plate appearance already this afternoon.
Wolf, Montague, and Beth Barnes scheduled to come up for the Redskins.
So Wolf staring down Molly Madsen as she deals. First pitch offered is low, ball called. Madsen, maybe not the start she had hoped for today, an opening day for both teams, but she has an opportunity here to really clamp things down on the Lady Redskins here, Harold.
And it needs to start now. Ball 2 right here, though.
Elise Wolf being patient at the plate. Several sport athlete Elise Wolf. We remember her in the basketball season, of course. Very key player for the Knox Lady Redskins as the 2-0. From Madsen is a called strike on the inner portion of the plate.
Yeah, Wolf, a volleyball player, too, last fall for the Redskins.
It's always nice to see several sport athletes.
You bet.
Already in great shape from the previous seasons.
You know, and we've talked about this before. Those athletes that say, hey, I'm going to concentrate on one, for the most part, that's a big mistake.
Yeah. Yep, definitely something I should have done in high school, but hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah.
I was going to be a basketball star, Harold.
How'd that work out for you?
I'm up here in the booth. Like you said, we talk a good game.
3-2 to the count. To Elise Wolf.
Madsen deals, chopper to third. It gets past the third baseman. The shortstop, Alyssa Lambert, tracks it down, saving her. She throws to first, but not in time. And getting to first on error is Elise Wolf. Good job by her. Head down, and she gets to first quickly. And now we will see Joey Montague for the second plate appearance of the afternoon for Joey here. And if I'm not mistaken, she brought a run in, was tagged out at first. Oh, she shows bunt on the first pitch. It's a dribbler down the first base line. Madsen had it in her hands, and it slips through her fingertips. Montague gets on first and advances Elise Wolf to 2.
That was a tough one, though. That's going to go as a base hit. Wow.
So now the Redskins have Elise Wolf in scoring position, 2 on total with no outs here in the bottom of the third. We now see Beth Barnes, the pitcher, step in for her second appearance tonight against Molly Madsen. Bunt shown again, dribbler down the third base line. They'll throw to first, but Beth is tagged out, but it does advance both runners to 3 and 2. So now 2 players in scoring position for the Knox Lady Redskins with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Good job by Beth Barnes. Another great placement on the bunt there. That's 2 in a row. You don't see that very often.
No, it was perfect.
So Madsen having to work a little harder than she anticipated here in the bottom of the third, as she will deal to Ava Jensen. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Jensen's second appearance tonight.
Yeah, she flew out to center field the first time out.
Madsen steps back onto the bump. She'll deal the 0-1. Foul tip out of play over our heads, making it 0-2, and this is what Madsen needs.
Jensen doesn't need a base hit here. All she needs is a long fly ball to bring another run in, maybe 2. Got some speed on the bases for the Redskins.
0-2, swung on and miss, and she will strike out. Madsen stays strong in the circle for out number 2. Yeah. I don't think she was done. I don't think she was done in her mind yet, quite. She turned around like she was still ready to hit there, but no, that was strike number 3. So now we will see the number 9 hitter, senior Adriana Shellhart, the shortstop, step in. Second appearance today. Low in the dirt, and Elise Wolf will take home. Advancing to 3 is Joey Montague. So now the Lady Redskins will bring another run across off a pitch, a wild pitch that gets past the catcher, Olivia Tim. Oh, man, it's not helping the Jays any here.
That's for sure.
5-0.
2 out, 1 on.
Shellhart.
1 in.
She will take that for a called strike, evens it up at 1-1 here. Man, that's how fast things can happen. Molly steps back up, and she will deal up top, ball 2, 2-1 the count here. And she's keeping her eye on Joey Montague as well. Kind of looking over there every little bit, it seems.
With 2 out, you got to concentrate on the hitter, and that is a pitch that's low and outside, and it's ball 3.
So some struggles here in the first game of the season for Molly.
Shellhart struck out the first time.
Next pitch, swung on, foul tip, hits the fence, full count here, 3-2. Huge pitch right here from Molly Madsen. If she can get out of this inning only allowing 1 run to cross, that could be helpful here.
Yeah.
Madsen, the 3-2. And it is outside, just missed. Upper right-hand corner. It will be ball 4. So now we have runners in the corners. It is Adriana Shellhart at first, Joey Montague at third, and stepping up for her third plate appearance this afternoon is center fielder Addison Spinagle here, Harold.
Yeah, she walked once, had a base hit, scored 2 runs so far.
2 on, 2 out. Runners in the corners. First pitch offered. Madsen.
Fouled off.
Foul tip. As Spinagle halfway swung. So it makes the count 0-1 here.
With 2 on, 2 out. 1 in.
0-1 from Madsen. Ball up top there, taking 2. It is Adriana Shellhart. She got the call, and why not get both players in scoring position here with 2 outs. If Spinagle gets a piece of it, like you said, Harold, bring 1 or maybe 2 in. 1-1.
Unreal.
Low and inside. Good eye from Spinagle here, making it 2-1 now with 2 outs. Key moment here.
2 runners in scoring position. She's able to bring those in. It's going to be maybe curtains for the Blue Jays.
Next pitch up top, and you've got to have nerves of steel to not swing at that one. It was a little high for Spinagle, but man, from up here it looked good. So that will be ball 3, 3-1 count. Kind of an odd angle up here. We don't really see exactly what the umpire is seeing.
Spinagle walked the first time.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. Good job by Madsen. Now she's fighting back. Full count here.
I like that cut, though. At 3-1, the temptation is to try to take that 4th. I like that aggression at the plate.
Madsen, the 3-2.
Base hit.
Big time hit back to left field. It'll bring both runners home and digging for 2.
Wow.
Oh, man. Addison Spinagle, a 2 RBI double. She reaches 2 on air. Bobbled a little bit there by the left fielder. That was Charlie Boyd. If she gets a good handle on that, she gets it to 2 in time to keep Addison at 1. But Spinagle's she's got the wheels as the leadoff hitter and gets to 2.
Wow.
So now stepping in for her third appearance today is Carly Friedrich, the catcher, and she's done quite well already today. First pitch offered, a call strike.
Yeah, she had 2 doubles, scored a run.
So another Redskin in scoring position. It's 7-0 here. The Knox Lady Redskins lead. And the second pitch offered is up top. Ball called. Evens up here at 1-1.
Carly Friedrich, mighty cool at the plate.
Madsen, the 1-1. Swung on and popped up high, foul, out of play. And you're not kidding, Redskin Nation and Blue Jay Nation are here, bundled up and staying warm, but excited to see this historic rivalry. Nobody misses in this area.
Nobody.
1-2 to Friedrich. Madsen deals, popped up high, back to left center field. And it will be gloved for out number 3. They needed that one. The left fielder for the North Judson-San Pierre Lady Blue Jays, Charlie Boyd, gets the catch. 27 pitches in that half inning for Molly Madsen. Man, that was a lot, but we're going to take a break and come back. The Jays get out of the inning, but the Redskins get 3 across. 7-0 is the score as they lead their historic cross-county rival.
The key to high-yielding crops is accurate and dependable soil testing. This is Andy Awald of Farm Fertilizers and Seeds. Having the right information to make the most profitable fertility decisions is what Image Services from Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is all about. We combine cutting-edge technology and computerized record-keeping with a common-sense approach to soil sampling and fertilizer recommendations. Whether it be by management zone for field-level applications or grid-based for variable rate applications, count on Image Services by Farm Fertilizers and Seeds for your soil service needs this fall.
We thank Farm Fertilizer for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Call them at 574-867-2441. That's Farm Fertilizer, helping to move the bar on yield and crop investment returns. Hey, Mark's Body Shop in Knox is also proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. If you ever need collision repair, contact Mark at 574-772-7003. Finally, Culver's Portside Marina is here for us. They can make sure your boat is ready for the spring and summer. Get your watercraft taken care of by contacting Glenn at Culver's Portside Marina, 574-842-5000. Well, we go to the top of the fourth. Mitch Columbia along with special guest Harold Welter. 7 runs have crossed up to this point for the Knox Lady Redskins. They are putting their foot down in the first game of the season, and they're doing it against their historic cross-county rival, Harold.
We said they had to get off to a good start, and they did that because you couldn't let Molly Madsen get into her groove, and they have not. So we head now to the fourth inning, and it'll be Lexi Howard, Molly Madsen, and Kenya Cooper coming up for the Blue Jays. And Lexi, right-handed hitter, stands way up in front of the box. Here's the wind-up, and the delivery fouled off. Back into the screen, strike one. As the Redskins got off to the kind of start that they wanted to do. That's for sure. Here is Barnes. The wind-up, the delivery, high. Got away from her, held on it too long, and she knew it right away.
The thing about Beth I've noticed is when she is upset with herself, she comes back with a little bit of vengeance.
Yeah, wind-up, the delivery, smashed. Right over the head of the pitcher, the throw over to first, and they get her. Oh,
Cheryl Barnes stretching out, gloving it, keeping her foot on the bag.
Yeah.
That's not easy.
Molly Madsen.
My goodness.
This is a big opportunity.
One away.
Big opportunity for Molly Madsen here.
Madsen, right-handed swinger. And Barnes taking her time. Here is the wind-up, the delivery, and it is fouled into the screen to the right. And it is strike one to Molly Madsen.
.393 hitter last year, like we'd mentioned. She can get on base.
Right-handed swinger, stands way forward in the box. Here is the wind-up, the delivery by Barnes, on a swing and a miss. Strike two. Molly Madsen.
She had a .341 on-base percentage last year.
In the wind-up, the delivery high and outside. Kind of got away from Barnes that time, and she knew it. Ball 1-2. To Molly Madsen, who flew out to right field her first time up back in the first inning. Here is the wind-up by Barnes, the delivery, and it is... Ooh, a little inside. Yes. Ball 2-2. Redskin fans thought that was a strike.
Staying patient. Molly,
Madsen,
a junior now.
Here is the wind-up, the delivery, and it is a swing and a miss. She struck her out. Oh, that's huge for Barnes right there.
It just kind of feels like the Jays are still trying to get acclimated to their season. I feel like the Lady Redskins they hit the ground running to start this game. The Jays are just kind of trying to still figure themselves out, it feels like.
Yeah. That brings up Kenya Cooper, who flew out to center field the first time up. Right-handed swinger. Here is the wind-up, the delivery, and it is fouled into the screen to the right. Strike one. Yeah, the Redskins came ready to play today. There's no question about that. Barnes and Friedrich, the battery. Montague, Shellhart, Wolf, and Barnes, the infield third to first, and we'll wind up the delivery, and it is high and outside, but catches that corners to right. Oh, my. Cooper, I wouldn't have gone after that one either. Here's the windup and the delivery and a smash deep into left field. Foul down the left field line. It'll remain the strike two.
Cooper had that nice play in the last half inning, getting that third out, throwing it on a frozen rope to first. Now she steps into the box. She's being very confident, but down 0-2 here. Barnes has got her right where she wants her.
Yeah. With two out, the wind-up, the delivery, and a swing and a miss. She struck her out. Unbelievable. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And after 3.5 innings of play, the score remains Knox 7, North Judson nothing.
Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winamac is proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack provides all your printing, screen printing, apparel, and embroidery needs. Call 574-946-3551 and ask for Tina if you want to look cool like the KVB crew. We appreciate them and their support toward helping continue this tradition. It is the 4th inning stretch, bottom of the 4th on the way.
One of our hometown businesses here in our area in Monterey, it's LAP Waste.
Being able to recycle is one of our main goals at LAP Waste. Being able to say that we only take about 8% of our trash to the dump is pretty impressive for us, and we hope to keep building on that.
We service an 80-mile circle from Monterey. If you have a small job, big job, or just have a one-time, we are here to make a difference in this area.
And that phone number, Kirby?
574-542-4019.
Back at Knox Lady Redskins softball field, Mitch Columbia along with special guest Harold Welter as we go to the bottom of the 4th.
And Sarah Fort leads off for the Redskins, and she fouls it back out of play. Out behind us, and it is strike one.
7-0, the Knox Lady Redskins lead here over their cross-county rival, the North Judson-San Blue Jays. Lady Redskins were ready for this game.
Sarah Fort walked the last time up. Takes this pitch low and outside. Ball 1-1. Sarah flew out her first opportunity out to right field in the first inning. It's a wind up, the delivery, and it is fouled back out of play again. Off to the right. Strike two.
It'll be interesting to see how Madsen handles this half inning. She threw 27 pitches, maybe a little few more than she had aimed to in that last half inning, allowing a couple runs to cross here. So now's the time for Madsen to put her foot down.
Yeah, absolutely. She has to. The wind up, the delivery, low and inside. Ball 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Sarah Fort, who started her career at Winamac. Played a lot of ball for the Redskins last year as a sophomore. Here is Madsen. The wind-up, the delivery, and it is smashed into left field. Left fielder coming over and makes the grab. Great effort there by Charlie Boyd. She had to hustle.
They put her to work today.
Next for the Lady Redskins.
That's not the first time she's had to act. This time she's able to get the glove. And now we'll see Cheryl Barnes step up here, and she is quite the hitter for the Lady Redskins. She started off her season today doing very well today, Harold.
Yeah, she had a double and ended up scoring a run. And last time she also had an RBI on that double in the first inning. In the last inning, she flied out to right field, actually in foul territory. Ball one. The wind-up, the delivery, and it's tapped back to the pitcher, and she throws over to the first baseman for the out.
Probably the best thing that could have happened for Molly Madsen there. Not allowing Cheryl to get on base, keeping things at bay here. If you're the Lady Jays, you want to get out of this half inning without allowing any runs. You just have to at this point.
Yeah, no question.
With 2 outs here, it's a big moment here for Molly Madsen against Elise Wolf here.
So with 2 out, here is the wind-up and the delivery, low and outside, and it is ball one to Elise Wolf. Elise had a single. Actually, she was safe on an error and scored a run in the last inning. And here is Madsen. The wind-up, the delivery, low and inside. Ball two. 2-0. To Elise Wolf, the junior, with Joey Montague on deck.
Wolf standing in there, not afraid of the pitch. I think she was almost ready to wear it.
Here is Madsen. The wind-up, the delivery, and a smash back to Madsen. She tosses over to first for the out. So they get out of the inning for the first time with 3 up and 3 down, and no runs and no hits and no errors and nobody left. And so we go now into the next inning with the Redskins continuing to lead at the top of the 5th, 7-0.
Do you know what to do when you see a down power line? The answer is very simple. Stay far away. The folks at Kankakee Valley RAMC want you to know that down power lines can be very dangerous. Even if they come off the power pole, they still may be energized. Call 911 and wait for instructions from the fire department or power company. The folks at Kankakee Valley RAMC want to keep you safe.
This afternoon's game is brought to you in part by Todd and Josh Lawrence of Lawrence Farms. We certainly thank Todd and Josh Lawrence for supporting local high school sports. Hey, LAP Waste is a woman-owned waste management company. Quick, reliable next-day delivery service for dumpsters and containers. Get rid of your waste as easily and efficiently as possible. Call them at 574-542-4019 and waste less with LAP Waste. Mitch Columbia along with special guest Harold Welter here on WKVI as we go to the top of the 5th, 7-0. The Knox Lady Redskins in control over their cross-county heated rival, the North Judson-San Lady Blue Jays, and what a way to start for the Lady Skins.
Yeah, they came ready to play, no question about that. And now we go into the where are we? The 5th inning of play now, and the Jays are going to go to their 5, 6, and 7 hitters. That would be Chambers, Lambert, and Morrow in that order.
We talked about it in the last half inning. Molly wanted to get out of that inning with as little pitches as possible. She got out with only 10 pitches, Harold.
Yeah. First time she had 3 up and 3 down. Here's a smash down to second base. The throw over to first for the out.
Barnes just in total control right now. Tunnel vision. W is on her mind.
Number 8,
she wants a big
Lambert.
win. You can tell she wants to start the season off with a win. Just her mind is made up right now.
Yep. Chambers goes out 4-3. 1 away. That brings up Alyssa Lambert. And a swing and a miss. Strike 1. She struck out her only other time at the plate in the 2nd inning.
And talking with head coach Gary Baxter, Lambert's one of those athletes they look for.
Yeah. Here is a swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Quick, reliable, and right now behind in the count. She's going to have to show some confidence, but right now it's all Beth Barnes.
Here's a wind-up, the delivery, and it is low and outside. Ball 1. And I'll tell you what, Barnes and Frederick have worked together so long. Frederick knows exactly what pitches to call for and where to position herself. Here is Barnes, the wind-up and the delivery, and a smash foul off to the right. 1-2 the count on Alyssa Lambert. The shortstop, Right-handed swinger with that open stance. Here is the wind-up and the delivery and a swing and a miss. She struck her out.
Yeah, Barnes is just in his zone right now.
Judson, number 14,
she's got it going.
Morrow.
And we kind of talked about it at the last half inning she was in, Harold. When she gets a pitch away from her, that kind of fires her up to come back. And you see since that time, she hasn't had a wild pitch.
The wind-up, the delivery, and it is catches the outside corner. Strike one against Morrow. And again, I wouldn't have swung at that either. It broke at the very last second, caught the corner. Here is the wind-up and the delivery, and a bunt attempt is fouled off. Strike two. Yeah, Barnes throws so many different kinds of pitches, and it will unsettle those hitters just like there. I think she fouled that one off because of being mixed up about it. Here is the third pitch, and it is catches the corner. Strike three. She struck her out.
8 pitches.
Wow. Second K of the inning, and in the inning, there were no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And after now, 5.5, what is that?
5.5.
4.5?
5.5.
5.5 innings, okay. 6 innings, whatever. It's 7-0 in favor of the Redskins.
Bottom of the 5th on the way.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas, average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Zingo Express of Knox is a very proud supporter of tonight's action. Stop by Zingo Express at Knox and fuel up both you and your vehicle the Zingo Expressway. Welcome back to Knox Community High School, bottom of the 5th. It's all Lady Redskins leading the Lady Jays 7-0. Mitch Columbi along with special guest Harold Welter.
Time is running out for the Blue Jays.
Definitely
no question about that.
Not much time left. And defensively, if you're Molly Madsen, you get out of the last half inning with only pitching 10, throwing it 10 times. Now here you are in the bottom of the 5th. You want to try to keep that habit. You don't want to let the Redskins score anymore at this point.
Montague at the plate, the right-handed swinger, and a check swing, and it is high. Ball 2 to Joey Montague, who's had 2 singles and scored a run, and I believe had an RBI.
Yeah, and she'll step out of the box here.
Now the right-handed hitter steps back in, bottom of the 5th. Here is the pitch, way outside, gets away from Olivia Tim.
We're seeing a performance from Madsen that is very rare. And, with the start of the season, you kind of get warm. It's a cold day, kind of get warmed up. But you think about the Redskins.
Strike on the outside corner right there to Montague. And the count goes to 3-1.
But you think about the Redskins and Beth Barnes, the first game of the season has not been something she's afraid of at all.
I guess not. Here is the windup and the delivery and a smash foul down the right field line. And the count goes full at 3-2 to Joey Montague. The third baseman, right-handed hitter, stands midway in the box.
You got to have this if you're Madsen.
Yeah, here is Madsen. Taking her time. The wind-up, the delivery, and again it's foul. Back out of play. Off to the right.
Put a little more heat on that one.
Yeah.
But Montague, she's got the timing down.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Joey Montague. Wide open stance. Here is the wind-up, the delivery, and it is ball 4. So Montague is going to walk here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And that brings up Bethany Barnes, the pitcher. She flew out to left field the first time and grounded out to the pitcher the second time. Right-handed swinger with a wide-open stance, fouls it off out of play, gets it on the handle of the bat, strike one.
You can almost see the disappointment in Molly's eyes. She just really knows she let this game get away from her, and she really wanted to get Montague out, and then Montague gets first.
Yeah.
A little adversity here for Molly. We'll see how she responds.
Right-handed throwing junior. Here is the windup and the delivery, low and inside. And Montague fakes the steal attempt there and then trots back to first base. 1-1 the count. To Beth Barnes, right-handed swinging senior.
Really haven't been hardly any mistakes from the Lady Redskins tonight.
Here's the windup, the delivery, and it is low and inside. Ball two.
You talk about first game of the year, you expect to have some issues, but the way the Redskins
We've
are playing.
We've had one error between the two teams.
And you think about the Redskins, first game of the year, it looks like they've been playing several.
The windup, the delivery, and it is low. Ball three. Beth Barnes is going to be visiting Duquesne University this weekend.
Oh, that is awesome. Good for her.
Yeah. One of her top choices for her collegiate experience. Here is the windup, the delivery, and a smash into left field. Base hit by Barnes. Whoa.
The Redskins aren't quite done yet today. They kind of want to throw some salt in the wound here, and you go up against North Judson. It's an opportunity to let your cross-county rival know we're in charge this year.
Yeah. Bethany Barnes with her first base hit, and she will come out in favor of a courtesy runner.
This is something head coach Richie Morgan had talked about. Entering this new conference, they want to make a splash. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They want to let everyone know that Knox belongs in this new conference.
Ava Jensen, right-handed hitting sophomore, chokes up on the bat just a little bit. Here's Madsen's delivery and a swing and a miss. Runners on first and second with nobody out for Ava Jensen. Ava struck out her last time up. Flew out short center the first time. And here is Madsen working quickly now. The windup, the delivery, and it is strike. Caught the outside corner. Nice breaking pitch there by Molly Madsen, the junior. The count goes to 0-2 to Ava Jensen. Here's the windup, the delivery, and she smashes right up the middle for a base hit. And that'll move runners along. Oh, Ava Jensen with a base hit here in the bottom of the fifth inning of play.
Good for Jensen. Getting both of the runners now in scoring position. Bases are juiced here, and now here is an opportunity for the next hitter. My gosh, number 23, it is Phelan Wright. For first time tonight, she's going to be stepping into the batter's box.
Phelan Wright, a junior on this ball club. Right-handed swinger. As the Redskins get a chance to give some other players an opportunity.
It's huge.
And here is the windup, the delivery, and it is in there for Easter Reich.
That's got to be something tough for head coach Richie Morgan to have to come up with a batting order. When you have as many players as you have for Knox, you want to get all these girls as much time as you can.
Yeah. Here is the pitch, high and outside. Ball one, 1-1. With nobody out. And the bases loaded. An opportunity for Wright here. Whoa, low inside, way inside. Wright had to step back to keep from getting hit. 2-1 the count. Madsen looks at her wristband and wind up the delivery and a smash down the right field line, and it is going to be safe all around. That brings in a run. Wright gets a base hit. Wow, and drives in a run.
Little dribbler down the first base line. Almost looked like a bunt. And slow to react are the Lady Jays. I just think they're not quite with it as they normally are.
This takes us back to the top of the order, and Addie Spinagle. She's had one walk, 2 doubles. Let's check that. 1 double, 1 single. Had a couple of RBIs the last inning.
Tough situation right now for Molly in the circles. She is fighting.
8-0. Here is the windup, the delivery, high and outside. Ball 2. Hard to keep your confidence when it goes like this. Madsen steps back in, 2-0 count. The right-hander, the windup, the delivery, and a smash into center field, and that'll be a base hit. That'll bring in maybe 2. And, wow, Redskins score 2 more as Spinagle comes up with a double, 2 RBIs. My goodness.
Yeah, and I think Molly's day has come to
Yeah.
or that will be the end of the game. 10-run rule in the 5th.
That ends the game.
Wow.
We're here at the
what a way to start the season here, Harold.
bottom of the 5th. Unbelievable.
10-run rule. They get the 10th run on the bottom of the 5th, and that's how we end things early here tonight. Got a little play-by-play action in from Harold Welter tonight. That had to be exciting for a lot of our listeners.
Well, I'm not sure how well I kept up with things, but the Redskins come away with a huge win, 10-0 here, and it wasn't an explosion. It was just every inning we're getting it done, and that's what they did. So the final score will read the Redskins 10 and the Blue Jays nothing, and we'll have some more statistics, and we'll talk with the coaches, and we'll do all of that in just a moment.
Yeah, that's coming up next in the Collins Insurance post-game show. We certainly appreciate you listening to us here on opening day, our first game of the regular season. As we'll take a quick break and come back, we'll have our Stark County Co-op play of the game. We'll also have our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. That's all coming up next in the Collins Insurance post-game show. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
It takes smart planning by a skilled expert to get you just the right heating, cooling, and energy-efficient system for your home. McGrath Refrigeration can install an affordable Armstrong air system that will cut your energy costs while enhancing your comfort. You'll see the difference in your first energy bill. Give McGrath Refrigeration your local Armstrong dealer a call today at 574-772-3575. That's 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking. In 4-hour dinners with friends. In that first bite of something new. And in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
When you are considering buying or selling a property, you can't be too careful. The forms, the regulations, the inspections. You need someone who is experienced to help you with the process. The professionals at Welcome Mat Real Estate are experienced in residential and agricultural, both important for our area. And they can help you with your 1031 exchange as well. Call Welcome Mat Real Estate at 574-896-5138, and a friendly hand will hold you as you work through your real estate transaction.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere.
Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox.
Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989.
Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
Welcome to the Collins Insurance Agency's post-game show.
10-0 is the final as the Knox Lady Redskins softball club beat their heated cross-county rival, the North Judson-San Pierre Lady Blue Jays. A big-time win for the Knox Lady Redskins as they go 1-0 on the season. Mitch Columbi, along with special guest, it is Harold Welter. Big win there for the Lady Skins, Harold.
Yeah, for the Redskins, it was 10 runs on 12 hits, no errors. For the Blue Jays, no runs on 1 hit and 1 error. Wow.
It's a tough start for the Lady Jays, and I think we've talked about it before. You start your season off against your cross-county rival. It can be a good thing in terms of, you're going to see a competitive battle. And for the Lady Jays, I think this kind of showed themselves how good Knox is, A, but B, how much work they're going to have to put together to have a good season here, because you're going to have to clean some things up if you're the Lady Jays. I'm not trying to be too harsh here, but there are several things we saw out on the diamond that the Lady Jays do not normally let happen. The Jays are usually keeping things tight. They're able to compete. I think tonight may be a wake-up call for the Lady Jays to kind of get things in gear to start the season off a little bit better, in the next game or so.
Yeah, absolutely. They just can't let this hang over their heads and discourage them for the rest of the season. The good news for the Jays is this was not a conference game like it would have been in the past. But boy, what a big win for the Redskins.
And now we have an opportunity to talk with head coach of the Knox Lady Redskins. It is Richie Morgan. Quick night for us, Coach. You got it done in 5 innings. How do you feel?
Very good. Always a little nervous on the first game.
They didn't look like it.
No, our preparation paid off very well. Very exciting game. Hope to see a lot of those hits continue for the season.
Man, let's talk about overall from top to bottom. Even towards the end, you were able to get Phelan right in. She was able to get a base hit. Bringing the runs home there, that's got to make you feel good to start the season. And then also defensively, it just seemed like Beth Barnes she got into a zone there midway through the 3rd to 4th inning or so.
Yeah, I think once she warmed up, she's always one of those a little cold when it's cold outside, but once she warmed up, she was on. And it's hard for people to hit her, and that was huge. I think maybe 9 strikeouts or something like that. So she took care of half our outs for us, right there. Some nice plays from Elise at second, and even got a pick off or a run down pickoff kind of play at the first to help keep the momentum out of their hands. So defense was great. We made all the plays we needed to make. And we just didn't give them those extra chances.
Well, something we talked about on the Saturday Sports Line the last time we chatted was you want to start off the season strong because of going into this new conference. You want to let it be known that, hey, Knox belongs in this new conference.
Yeah, we've got Tippy next week, so everything we can do here to keep improving with these games is just going to make us a little bit better, and that it's going to be a heck of a contest. So everything we can do now in preparation for that is going to be great.
You got any questions for Coach here, Harold?
The question I have is how do you continue this? You start the season after all these delays and the enthusiasm. The kids were at mid-season form. How do you keep that going?
Well, hopefully their hunger. I'm looking at the schedule. I think it's one of those that, hey, we're just going to be playing.
Yeah.
We play nonstop almost the rest of the season already. So a lot of that, is we're going. It's just, you're going to have to keep the mental part checked in. And I think with this group, we don't have a lot to worry about that. I think they're all here. They know why we're here, what we're doing, and a lot of them understand the roles that they need to play right now.
I haven't really looked at the stat sheet that closely, but with 12 hits, and you had a bunch of people with hits and walks, and everyone contributed.
Yeah, they were patient at the plate. We had a couple of, swings at maybe a couple bad pitches or something here and there, but overall, it was spread out. And that's what's really nice to see. That way, you're not just relying on, 1-2 kids getting it done. Up and down the lineup, we were getting on base, or at least making them have to make plays, and that's what it's all about.
We said one of the things that you needed to do was make sure you got off to a good early start against Molly Madsen, because you let her get to you for 2 or 3 innings, and it could be a long afternoon.
Oh yeah, we knew we were going to be in a battle with her. She pitches hard, good. She's just a good athlete. It was real important to get those 3 up early, kind of give us that momentum. We were able to turn the line up quick. And I think that was a big thing, because you know, hey, all right, I'm going to see her 3, maybe 4 times now, and you get a chance to let a couple go and then maybe make those changes in the back end.
And when you have a battery like you have, with 2 girls who have been playing catch with each other for about 6 or 7 years now, and they know each other so well, that really made it.
Yeah. There's
effective.
some good playing relationships out here.
Yeah.
They just kind of start to anticipate what each other's going to do. Yeah, it's real fun.
No errors.
That was yes. We played clean.
That's huge.
That's huge. You don't give those teams those extra chances.
No.
Hard to compete with that.
Well, congratulations, Coach. Big win. 1-0 to start the season. I'm glad we got this game in.
I know. We are, too.
A little chilly, but the sun's out. We're going to take it.
Yes,
Beautiful
exactly.
day.
Yep.
Big win for the
All
head.
right, thanks for being here.
For head coach Richie Morgan, the Knox Lady Redskins, as they beat their historic cross-county rival, the North Judson-San Lady Blue Jays, 10-0. We're ending early in 5 here, and you just heard from head coach Richie Morgan, very happy with the way his girls started the season. But hey, we've still got some work to do here, Harold. We've got to come up with our Stark County Co-op Play of the Game. We'll also have to come up with our Ashley Derrickson 5-star Player of the Game. So we'll play a couple commercials, give us a little time to figure this out. There's so many plays throughout this game, so don't go anywhere. This is the Collins Insurance post-game show, and you are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Brems. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392.
I wanted to do something in medicine, but podiatry really was exactly what I wanted. It had a lot of the patient interaction, but I also was able to do a lot of procedures and surgery, which is also what I wanted. So it was kind of the best of both worlds that you don't find in a lot of other medical careers.
Please call 574-223-9393 for all your podiatry needs to schedule your appointment. Woodlawn Health, earning the right to care for you and your feet.
It's time for the Stark County Co-op Play of the Game. Let's return to the voice of WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi.
10-0 here on opening day for us, as the Knox Lady Redskins beat the North Judson-San Lady Blue Jays. Big win for them, 1-0. The Redskins go. The Lady Jays start 0-1. We're talking our Stark County Co-op Play of the Game with Harold Welter here. What are you thinking, Harold? A lot of plays.
Oh, my gosh. There were a lot of great plays by both teams, and I think the Redskins just had everybody performing. But the play of the game, I think, was that last play. Addie Spinagle drives in that 10th run that makes it a 10-run rule win for the Redskins, and that was, I believe, her third hit of the game. And let's see, I think that was her third hit of the game. She also walked one. She scored 2 runs, had 4 RBIs. So it was a good day for Addie Spinagle, the sophomore, and she has our play of the game for that winning run.
Wow, good for her.
The 10-run rule run.
Yeah, getting it out. I think they didn't want the sun to go down and it get any colder. They're just saying, let's get out of here. We're going home. Let's get to the warmth here. But a big play there as the 10th run crosses, ending our night early in the 5th, 10-0. The Knox Lady Redskins beat the Lady Jays. We're going to take a quick break, come back. Our Ashley Derrickson 5-star Player of the Game is up next here in the Collins Insurance postgame show.
Hello there. Is this that Last Choice Insurance?
No, sir. This is First Choice Insurance.
You mean Second Choice Insurance?
We offer homeowners, auto, farm, commercial, life. Let us know how we can be of guidance.
Okay, I got it now. First Best Insurance.
So contact us, First Choice Insurance, at 574-896-3482 at North Judson, or jingle us at 574-772-5370, and one of our wonderful local agents will take care of you.
Time to announce the Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game. Mitch?
It is time now for our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game, given in memory of Ashley Derrickson, a 2008 graduate of North Judson-San Pierre High School who battled cancer throughout her high school career before losing that battle on December 12th of 2008. We'll tell you who's earned that honor after this word from 5-Star.
Time.
5-Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5-Star is known for its dedication to service. Now, that dedication means savings for you. 5-Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
I have an idea. I think I know where you're going with the player of the game, but I'll go ahead and let you take over. Who is our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game?
Well, I'll tell you what. This makes me really happy. Obviously, the Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game has to be Bethany Barnes, the pitcher for the Redskins. She gave up only one hit. That was to the second batter of the game. She didn't give up a hit the rest of the game. She gave up one hit and no runs, obviously. She struck out 7 of the 12 hits that the Redskins had. She had one of those 12 hits as well. And so, I think number 4, the senior pitcher for the Knox Redskins, Bethany Barnes, is our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game.
Congratulations to Beth Barnes, as she had a commanding performance in the circle today. We remind you that Collins Insurance is part of the broadcast, taking care of all your insurance needs. Jim Collins told me to tell you, call him anytime at 574-772-6844. That's Collins Insurance, supporting local high school sports. We also thank the Stark County Co-op, your local agricultural cooperative that offers an array of service and support, including grain, agronomy, seed fuel, and LP petroleum. Call 574-867-2411 to contact the Stark County Co-op. Finally, today's broadcast is brought to you in part by 5-Star. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and remind you to shop local. That's 5-Star. Where's it at, Harold?
In the Knox Mall.
Big win for the Knox Lady Redskins. Congratulations to Addison Spinagle for our Stark County Co-op Play of the Game. Congratulations to Beth Barnes for her commanding performance in the circle, earning her our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game. KVB's WKVI Sports will be back in action this coming Monday from La Crosse, Indiana, as we will be broadcasting the Tri-Township Lady Tigers hosting the North Judson-San Pierre Lady Blue Jays. We will be going live at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central. That's right here on 99.3 FM and streaming throughout the world on WKVI.com. We also remind you to join us each weekend throughout the school year for the Saturday Sports Line, the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. We always have several of our area head coaches on hand as we go live at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central on 99.3 FM and online at WKVI.com. We also invite you to follow us on social media on Instagram at WKVI WKVI Sports, on X at KVB Sports, and on Facebook at Sports to the Max for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. Final word from you tonight, Harold.
Mitch, first of all, I've got to say thank you for inviting me to join you today. This was a lot of fun for me, and it is kind of like riding a bicycle, I guess. And I guess it couldn't have been a better way to come back after all these years. Knox and North Judson, it doesn't get any better than this. So congratulations to both teams for being out there and playing hard. And even though the Blue Jays lose 10-0, they committed only one error.
Yeah.
You know, so they had some good things going, too. They've just got to get their bats going, obviously. And with that, I would just remind you, Knox Redskin fans and North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jay fans, that whether you win or whether you lose, always keep the faith, fans.
Our final in this one saw the Knox Lady Redskins beat the North Judson-San Pierre Lady Blue Jays 10-0 early in 5. From all of us here at KVB, we thank you for listening to Indiana High School Softball. For our special guest, Harold Welter, our in-game announcer, John Thompson, I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. We are Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Thank you for listening to Indiana High School Softball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Sponsored in part by Coca-Cola, Culver's Portside Marina, L&D Farms, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, USW Local 9551, Collins Insurance, McGrath Refrigeration, Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack, Kankakee Valley REMC, Osborne Advantage Real Estate, Keener Construction, LAP Waste, Sideline Automotive, Howard's Marathon of Winamac, and 5 Star. We thank our sponsors for their dedication in supporting local high school sports.